agenda. In compliance with LGC Section 551.077, City Council may not discuss any presented issue, nor may any action be taken on any issue at this time. Citizens to be heard are limited to 3 minutes each. Attorney General opinion JC-0169.
Mayor and Council, we have one citizen, Tammy Bauman, for item number 13.
Is it on?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi there. We found out about Dilly and the shelter because of the fire. Someone contacted us. So let's see. I have 3 minutes. Somebody's got to wave at me at like 2.5. I started a nonprofit out in California. I was a police officer for 27 years in a black and white in South Central. I retired as a sergeant, and I came here and started a program to support shelters and free spay-neuter in low-income communities. So we've been in almost every county in South Texas. We haven't been up in the Panhandle, but I see that your issue is number 13 about getting donations and the shelter plan. And in all the shelters that we've been into here, and some of them are in very small counties, this is one of the better ones, even with your small shelter. You've got a great ACO. Your kennels are, they're up to par, they're standard. And as far as taking donations, for our nonprofit, was similar how the cities do it. So if you have people that want to donate to your city monetarily for a shelter or for a program, those are restricted funds. They can be restricted funds. So your city would set up a restricted fund section for whatever you want to do. So if you have people that want to support, whether it's drop-off towels, which I think you're already taking, stuff like that, it gets shipped here if I'm correct. Do you know if that's what happens, vaccines and stuff? But something like the burned down building, if let's say the community wanted to raise funds for that and they wanted to donate to the city, those funds can be restricted for whatever you want it for, the building or whatever. And your euthanasia rate is not real high. I know the town is small. I did a little bit of research. We were down here yesterday, and I just said, when's the next town hall meeting? And they said tomorrow. We were like, oh, okay, we'll be back tomorrow. So we work with the Los Angeles shelter. We have a contract with the city out there in Los Angeles. They take donations, they build things, we have a lot of experience with what goes on. You can ask me anything. I don't know everything, but I can pretty much answer or have dealt with something either we have or we've seen it dealt with. So our big thing is lowering the dogs that get picked up and the euthanasia rates by free medical for low-income people. So I have a vet that'll come down here in May. I'm working on it. That's kind of our plan, but I'll tell you about that after. But that's a huge thing. So you stop the puppies from coming, the kittens from coming, and we work with high volume veterinarians. So they come in and they can do 30, 40 surgeries in a matter of like 4 hours, and they're awesome. So does anybody want to ask me anything? Or it's kind of weird that I would show up and just start talking about this, but you actually have a really awesome ACO officer. So.
No, well, we can't really discuss it, but we'll listen to you. We'll take your contact information.
Okay. I'm going to leave some business cards.
And we'll get back with you for sure.
Okay, and
Yeah.
if you want to get a hold of me, you can email us. Monica's here. She works for us full time. She's
Okay.
also a friend. She ran our program out there in California, which we still run, and she came here to help with this program
Okay.
because we believe in it, supporting the shelters, helping them get better, helping them spay neuter in this community. So.
Okay.
Anyway, thank
And
you
we're
for
very
your
glad
time.
that you're here.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming. Okay. Moving on to item 6, consent agenda, discuss, consider, and act on the following items. A, approve minutes of February 11th, 2025, regular meeting, February 18th, 2025, special meeting. Council? When you're ready, I'll need an action.
Mayor, I move that we approve item A, the regular meeting minutes for February 11th and February 18th, special meeting, as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Ray Aranda on the February 11, 2025 regular meeting, February 18, 2025 special meeting. Second.
I second.
Second by Imelda Rodriguez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to on 6, Part B, review of city bills. If you have any, if not, I need a motion.
Which item is that?
Contreras.
Rudy, what fence did Contreras repair? Okay.
Anything else, council?
Mayor, if there's no question, I move that we approve the city bills as presented.
Motion made by Ms. Aranda to approve the statement. Second. Second by Ms. Machado. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Part C, under 6, approve employees' incentives for the month of February 2025.
We have no incentives this
We
month.
don't?
No, not for
Okay.
February.
As per Natasha Secretary, that's not any. Moving on to Part 7, department reports submitted for informational purposes only. A, library report. I'm going to go ahead and read them all, and then we can do that. B, court report. C, city secretary report. D, city administrator report, oral. E, police department report. F, public works report, department report. G, fire department report. H, engineering report. Council?
Good afternoon, council. We have the Dilley, the public library report. Our patron count this month for the February was 98, internet 36, Wi-Fi 20, students 26, visits 18, circulation 42. The public library, over the course of the past months, has inputted new children's fiction reading material. We finished rearranging our shelves. In the children's area, we have began removing and weeding out older material that is no longer useful for conditions for patrons. We also continue to have numerous books donations thanks to the members of the community. For this month's activities, we had story hours that go on every Monday. We also had a Valentine's activity for the kids, and we had a movie event that our local daycare, the Little Pups, came to join us. Along in the report is some pictures of that event. We continue having our Camino Real and our St. Jude's Ranch for Children utilize the meeting rooms that we have there in the library. Our patrons still come and utilize that as well for studying or anything like that. We have our United Healthcare, Jennifer Rios. She's comes every other Monday helping
enroll elderly to Medicaid and Medicare programs. We have already put out our March calendar and the flyers for the events that we're going to be hosting in March. Right now is spring break for the kids, so we have some activities coming up for those. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council.
Good evening, Judge Flores.
Good afternoon. If you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to entertain any questions that you might have. It's been a busy month. Everything's running pretty smooth. I had about 30 cases to magistrate, which is very unusual, but that's how it is. And glad to say that only 2 that I magistrated were from Daly. The rest were from Pearsall, from major felonies to high misdemeanors. That went pretty good. We had a truancy case that we were overloaded. We had about 15 students and parents, ranging from high school, middle school, elementary. It took us about all day to handle that, but it went real good. Our budget is pretty stable. Revenues for this month were exceptional good, very good. We had 2 major cases on dog bites, but everything's pretty much under control on that one, pending court. Animal control, Omar has done an excellent job in handling those cases. And at the moment, the only thing we have scheduled to coordinate with is with the school on a mock accident, and I'm waiting more information to coordinate the municipal court with the mock accident that we've been doing, I don't know, for 20 years, Mayor, something like that. It's a very successful program. We don't try to do it every year, so the kids won't kind of like get bored with it. So we try to do it at least every 3 to 4 years. But it really has an impact on the students and make them aware of the consequences of drinking and driving and using their cell phones and et cetera, not paying attention to what they're doing. So that's pretty much what we got scheduled for the coming month or before school is over. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, Mayor and Council, for my report, I have items 9 to 12, so that's basically my report right there. So I'd wait till those items come to speak to y'all more on them for items 9, 10, 11, and 12.
So Mayor and Council, from last meeting, so we've been doing a lot of work with our CPA, Leanne Pyatt, getting ready for the financial audit. We met with Gabriela Rodriguez, the grant manager for Texas General Land Office, and we had a kickoff workshop here for that $2.1 million grant. Let's see, we also, then the chief will discuss a little bit more. We did receive through the ACOG a grant for radios, which the city of Dilley is going to benefit. He can discuss that more on that. We've also been communicating with Eli Mendoza. He's the CPA with Garza Gonzalez and Associates, our new auditors. He's also, actually, he arrived here today, and his assistant arrived here Monday. So they've been working out of here all day. They'll be here all week, finalizing the audit. Let's see. We have the award executed grant for the $500,000 grant for the water system improvements. So that is finally executed by the Texas Department of Agriculture. Let's see. see. And let's see, this week. Solansky group that's working on the prison utility. They're working right now, they're on the electrical. So they provided, we will begin March 10th by digging lines and burying lines on March 11th. Please let me know when they're doing a dig test has been completed. And they're hoping to complete the electrical part by March the 19th. Last week, we did have a luncheon for our employees. We posted, we let them know, did you know you're the best? Happy Employee Appreciation. Thank you for everything you do. We're lucky to have you. Come join us for a luncheon honoring you. We hope to see you there. And we had a good participation. And we'll have a few others coming. I know May is Public Works Week, and also Public Safety is coming up. So we'll celebrate those. We did get a report from Anali Alanis. She's the Chief Service Officer for Texas Municipal Retirement System. I'll put it in the weekly report. It's just she's reporting on operational efficiencies that Governor Greg Abbott asked of them. We're having the Dilley Downtown Market tomorrow, March the 12th. And we've been getting a lot of requests for information, and News Univision was here last week, and then today News 4 in San Antonio was here. And that's all I have.
Police Department.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. So for the police department, some of the things that we got coming up here pretty soon, I was just notified that we have a TCO audit. So our state licensing department's going to come audit the police department, and that's going to be on Thursday. So after I get completion of that report, I will forward it to Mr. A so that way he can notify you of their findings. We're pretty confident on the audit. We've been doing our job. We've been keeping our files up to date, stuff like that. Then we also, last week, we had a mold and asbestos test conducted in our department. So we should be getting the results by the end of this week as well. I'll forward that to Mr. A, and Mr. A can forward it to y'all, so y'all are aware of anything that's going on with the building. We have firearms qualifications tomorrow. And then the judge touched bases on the Shattered Dreams program. That is the mock incident that we'll be having March 18th at 9 a.m. And it's going to be in front of the middle school. We'll have a rundown on the 17th, the day before. That way we get it pretty much settled for the next day. Some stats for the previous month. We had a low call volume. We had 50 calls for the entire month. We had a total of 252 security checks. We had 7 felony arrests and 4 misdemeanor arrests. And we had 6 code enforcement permits. And we had a total of 130 traffic stops with 139 warnings and 41 citations. And that's all I have for this month. I know we do have our Easter event coming here pretty soon, so we're already preparing and taking some donations for that so that we can assist the city with the purchasing of the Easter baskets.
Chief,
Yes.
you mentioned mold and asbestos. Was there a reason for that?
Well, if you recall, a few years back, the judge was right down from our building, a few doors down. He had a test that did come back positive with some of those issues. So we just decided to check our PD because some of the employees had been consistently getting sick and stuff like that. So we just said, hey, it could be the same issue. We should get the report, like I said, by the end of this week, and that'll give us what direction to go. Any questions, Mayor, Council?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Moving on to that Public Works Department report.
Hello, Council. You have the Public Works report in front of you. As you noticed, the sign in the main park, we put a slab and the sign is there. It looks real nice. We're just lacking, we need to put something behind it so it'll pop out. So we'll be doing that pretty soon. And just to FYI, y'all, the bulk and brush pickup will be in May 5th through the 9th. So we'll be advertising that for the people, Republic will be doing that. As y'all know, the fire at the ACO building, that was pretty bad for our guys. On that night, we had to travel with the animals to Pearsall. They helped us, right, Omar? They helped us storing them because we had some dogs and animals in there. So the deputies helped out a lot. So.
Nobody got hurt?
No. Medina Electric replaced 2 poles at the prison. With that phase, they installed 600 amp power disconnect on the main pole, so now we're by code. We can actually turn off the power the way it should be. And this Monday, they installed a 4-inch electrical conduit, which is going to serve from the pump room to the well. So they buried that already, and they're just waiting on the wire. So the plan of action is be completed by next week, basically. If the wire comes in, they take care of it. So, just daily stuff. We're short-handed as we are. We're trying to work. The guys will be working together. Right now we're working on the back park, getting ready for Little League season. We haven't met with Chipper yet, but ahead of the game, we're just getting the field ready. So we're here. It's gonna start in the first week of April. But we're waiting on Mr. Proctor to see if it's official, So, other than that, that's it. That's all I have. Y'all got a question?
Who's in charge of the Little League?
It was Chip Proctor and Grayson.
Are they still?
Last year.
As far as I know, they're still.
Okay.
Judge Proctor reached out that they're looking at
Yeah.
April, the first week in April.
Rudy, how many animals did we have at the time of the fire?
What was it? 6 for them? 7. 7. The guys were there when they made the site, and they put all the animals in the truck, and we delivered them to Pearsall that night.
They took them all?
Yeah. And how many? 4 got rescued then? 4 or 5? Yeah. I think it was 4.
The very same night, like around 2 in the morning, I asked for help and Sheriff's Office as well. So we were allowed to take them over there, and they housed them for us for 3 days. And till we started doing everything, because technically everything was lost. So we brought it back, but when we were there, I used to sending emails and text messages, and a rescue from Austin drove down here to Pearsall and took 4 of our dogs. So we stayed with 3, and those got rescued this past week. So from that ordeal, everything was safe. Nobody got hurt.
Good.
It was material loss.
And currently, we're already full.
Yeah, ahorita estamos full
The-
because it's an ongoing.
The kennels are
constant
full
stop.
right
And then
now.
we had, like Judge explained, we had 2 dog bites with 3 different animals. So we're full capacity right now.
Yeah. So.
Mayor, Council, to touch on the incident with the ACO building, I did investigate the situation fully, and we were able to determine that the incident wasn't arson. At first, there was some signs to believe that it could have been, But after reviewing the cameras and stuff like that, I personally did that investigation and was able to determine that the incident was an arson. And we did get a fire marshal to come out just to confirm the findings.
Thank you.
That's it, guys.
And Mr. Proctor should be reaching out to you. He spoke to me about some dirt that they're gonna be needing for the mounds and stuff.
Yeah, we
So
already
he's
got the
gonna-
dirt, and actually they're spreading it out as we speak. They did it today and all that, so trying to get ready for the season.
Mhm. Yes, because they'll
last
be
week.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mayor, we have nobody for the fire or the engineering, no
The
update today.
fire and the engineering.
No, so,
C and H, there's no one of us, so it's no one. All right, moving on to item number 8. Discuss, consider next on proposal for event coordinator services for the city of Philly 4th of July celebration.
Mayor and council, as you can see for line item number 8, we only received one proposal, which
and we
was,
advertised for 2 weeks. in
we
the
advertised for 2
newspaper.
weeks, and we only received one proposal, and it was from JJ. If you can see, his proposal is line item 8, and it was for a total of 20,200, which is under what was for 25,000 that was approved.
Do you want, JJ is here, do you want him to discuss his proposal?
Do you
or-
want to discuss some of yours, JJ?
Glad to see you walking, JJ.
Yes. Now you're
Good evening, Mayor and City Council and staff, personnel, and our city lawyer. I went ahead and made a copy of the proposal, and like I said, I did everything I could, and that's the total that came out, which is about 4,800 under budget, to where we need to use that money somewhere else, fireworks or security. It's there. Just because I got the 25,000, it didn't mean I'm going to have to spend it all. I did everything that I could to make it happen, and that's where it came out to 20,200. As of right now, I got Ricky Naranjo, we got Masore, and we have another opening band to fit the schedule that we have. From 9 to 9:25, that's been an annual thing for our firework display, so everything's going to work around that, and it'll finish at 12:30. The only thing we have right now is as soon as I kind of booked these bands, kind of like we have them in reserve, but they've been kind of calling because it was like about a month already. So the more we take, once I submit the contracts to Natasha, we can get a quicker turnaround so we can get those deposits and we won't lose those bands. As we get deeper into the months, some of these bands can get offers from another festival. They could pay more and we'll probably lose them. But as of right now, we have those on standby. They're giving me till this week to see if it was a yes or a no, but that's what the lineup that we have right now. I also contracted a gentleman from San Antonio. He's been in Pearsall. He's like a mariachi robot. He fluorescent colors, and he's going to be here for about an hour and a half for the kids. He'll be dancing to all sorts of cumbias and music in the main pavilion, and he'll to entertain the kids.
I've seen those pretty popular.
Yes, so he's we got him on standby as well, and then also once we get everything approved, I'll start communicating with Natasha and our staff. We do our annual mapping of the vendors. It's first come, first serve, and anybody has a trailer, we try to put them on the left side of on the east side of the fence, so all the trailers can park on that side, and all the other vendors can bring their tables to stay on the right side or in the back center. But other than that, everything's like I said, I just did the best that I can, like I've been doing annually, and that's what I came out with.
Okay, JJ, I just want to note on Ricky Naranjo, I think there's an extra zero there.
Uh,
I'm just gonna scratch that out to make it 7,400.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry about that, it's
It's
just,
okay, it's a typo, it happens. But it's not in the total, so that's, okay.
and then also, the only thing I'm gonna add, I put there, I would like to see if I can get, I'll speak to Natasha at a later date, so I can get some sizes for the staff, city council members. We can donate some Fourth of July T-shirts to the participants or something that it's something going on there, or special guests that come into town, we have some extra shirts there, but mainly for the staff, because they're,
Last year, we got so busy that
We
we
did,
forgot
yeah.
the T-shirts, but glad to bring those up.
yeah, and like I said, I kind of wrote everything down there pretty much the way we do it every year, and so far, like I said, we have extra toilet paper and sanitize, and we'll pick up trash afterwards, and the next morning the park can be nice and clean and ready to go for any activities going on.
And we have the new bathrooms this year. We have the new bathroom.
Yes, we do, we did use them on National Night Out, I think, or last year, I think.
But we'll still bring some other.
Yes, I usually try to keep that there in the White House, in the little white shed, because we monitor them throughout the whole night. I really don't like to be bothering the on-call person, because he's on-call for the community, and I'm in charge of the whole festival. So I like to take care of the festival to where we don't have to be bothering, we need pay. So I put out like a $200 for waters for the staff, and, some pizzas and toilet paper and stuff like that, or whatever we need.
Appreciate that.
And if you have any questions,
How much, there's no price for the DJ. How much?
all that's it with the sound. All that's included. He can start playing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't matter. He's with the sound. He's all included. Any announcements, vendors, we'll do the ceremony and all that. They'll have everything ready there for us, mics and
That's good. Council?
My only concern is, again, it's not inclusive of our community. It's strictly Spanish music. That was my concern last year.
You're okay now?
No, I mean, I don't like it because, again, it's all Spanish music. That was my concern last year. It's not inclusive of the community that we represent. We have to be inclusive, and we're not.
do we need country music or other kind of entertainment?
With the leftover money, couldn't you couldn't you find a band?
Yes, like I said, there's still money there left over, and
And I'm not saying spend all the money, but we don't have to have 3 Spanish bands,
so do you want us just to go with?
I just think we need to be inclusive of the community that we represent, and not have everything
Not just,
Tejano music.
yeah. Look at it, think about it,
Okay,
get back. Yes,
so like 2 bands would be, because the bands are going to play for 90 minutes, so from 9:30 to 12:30 midnight, I mean, you put 90 minutes for a band. We can take the opening band off and just have DJ all the way till 9.
I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to see if we can find an English country band. I don't know if there's a country band around here that's country band that's around here that's gonna charge you, reasonable amount.
We can take Masore off and put a country band there.
I get what you're saying, I get what you're saying. But would the country band keep the people there? No. Because the majority of the people that are gonna be there, van a ser Mexicanos, am I right? So you get them a country band, and the only way it's gonna be if it's a well-known country band, which is kinda hard, because you don't have the kind of money that they're gonna ask for. So that's his thing, is he wants to have somebody, you know, a country band, and maybe we don't need to get a rock and roll band.
It doesn't have
English
to
is
be
English.
country, I just.
Okay.
You know, but I think that's what he's trying to say, but at the end of the night, the majority of the people, and everybody's welcome, but the majority of the people, van a ser Mexicanos.
Isn't there a local guy, Foster, that plays country?
Foster, but he plays, well, but he doesn't really have a band.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, so, you know, yeah, he's local and everything like that, and he does go out and sing every once, but he's got a group behind him that are,
Oh, yeah.
which is Macizo.
Oh, okay.
So, and again, there's no any really local country bands that I know
I
of.
believe he sings Spanish, right? Braylon sings Spanish.
Who?
Braylon. I haven't heard him sing country, I've only heard him sing.
Yeah, he sings
Spanish.
Spanish. But I don't know.
Or just a band that has a mixture of, you know, they sing different covers or whatever, they,
Let
just
me-
to offer a different type of, for a different audience as well.
So we won't drag it till next month?
Okay, so yeah.
I'll
but-
stay
okay,
within
but
the
let me ask you,
budget
who's-
and
who-
put a different band
Okay,
of
so who-
variety.
so who's this band that's coming from 7:30 to 9?
It's an opening band. They play covers of everything, cumbias, rancheras, everything.
And that's what do they play country music?
Um,
Again, I don't, you know, I can't
Yeah.
sit here and tell you the majority of who's gonna go, who's not gonna go, because we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe asking them, or maybe they do.
Yeah, maybe,
Do some-
and if not, we can find somebody, a country band in that area, so we can maybe switch them out and get it. But again, I don't know country bands in this area. I haven't heard any or,
I'll take care of that.
oh, just
You
call
know,
and find
and
out,
it
let us
doesn't
know.
even have to be country, I mean, it could be like 80s or.
Okay?
You know,
Go ahead.
you know who I would like to see that we would bring this band to Dilley? The Spasmatics.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, well, but they're not gonna come for that amount of money.
No, but with the budget that we're spending, something like that would
You would get
generate
a-
even more people.
Right.
But I mean, it's not gonna happen for 4th of July, but for something like, and I mentioned this to the chief, but for something like for National Night Out, that would work because
It's
National Night Out is not intended to be drinking beer and stuff like that. It's intended to bring the community together. It doesn't have to be Spanish music. It could be a good band, like an 80s band, cover band, that'll bring in a different type of people to our festival.
Didn't you have a band that came in and played?
We had Jace Martin.
Yeah, where was, he was from, yeah,
Yeah, Jace Martin,
Yeah.
he plays different types
yeah,
of
he does, I remember it, and he
music.
played, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good route to look at.
And I'm not trying to be hard, Jay, but I think
No.
that we need to change the way we operate and where it's strictly always 100% Tejano, because it's not always like that. We got to change the way we.
Okay.
And it,
Because again, it goes with the
Yes,
community event.
Yeah.
I think,
Especially for 4th of July, you know.
I think JJ can get it done. I mean, he has the budget, he has the connections with the music. I'll help him out too. You know, with Jace Martin, he plays different types of genre of
Yeah,
music.
he's the one that, didn't he come play
He
for you?
came to
Yeah.
play at our National Night Out, and I mean, we had different music.
He was pretty good,
I
yeah.
think he barely touched some of his Spanish music that
Yeah.
he used to do before, but it was some
Yeah, I
rock
think he
music.
played
and
really
different.
good. Try to find out
I think the
about him.
community will like it. I mean, it's not just one genre of music,
Right.
it's a variety.
Got it, Jay?
Okay. Thank you.
You'll get it, Jay, I'm sure. Thank you, Jay.
So, we're gonna go ahead, we need a motion to go ahead to, if we're gonna,
Yep.
award the event coordinator, to JJ, and then that way he can change to the proposal.
Thank you,
Or change
JJ.
the,
And he can update us at the next meeting.
Yeah.
I motion that we approve the proposal presented to us today by JJ Rivera and hire him as the event coordinator for the services of the City of Dilley 4th of July celebration.
I'll second it with the thing that if he has to go up on the prices, if we agree on the prices, that, to 25,000. Because right now, that's what he gave us, 20,000, he may need a little bit more, so.
Well, I mean, the budget, we're not even approving the
Okay.
budget, we're just approving the coordinator, so we're good.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
bringing it back.
Yes.
Okay, motion
I'll
by
second it.
and second by Ms. Gonzalez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Right.
Rudy never called?
No.
I bet you he forgot.
I sent a text earlier today,
Uh-huh.
and then I believe I sent one yesterday. We're in line
Number
item
nine.
9.
Discuss, consider, and act on advertising the sale bid proposal for operation of the pool concession stand for 2020 summer season.
Mayor and council, it's about that time where we start getting everything ready for the pool. I just wanted to see about advertising for sealed bids for the concession stand, which we're already getting prepared to, do everything all the work that needs to get so the pool can be up and running for the summer season. So last year we advertised in March with a deadline of May 1st. So that way we'd have the bids in by May 1st to present at council.
May
So-
1st.
So I don't know.
When do we plan to open the pool?
We start reserving pool May 1st, as well as trying to get it open and running for by June 1st. That's my goal. But we usually have to do it. I usually try to get it. We try to get it ready 2 weeks before May is over, because how the school wants, or the
Different
coaches
activities.
want us to do the end of the year. So.
Yeah, I think we should, or even before if we can, because I know there's a lot of different activities that they'll be requesting, so.
I can go ahead if I can keep the deadline till May. If y'all would like to run it, if I run it for next week, that would give us till have something presented in April. If
That would be 3 weeks.
3 weeks of posting.
I think so.
So then we can have it till, what's today, is the 11th, 1, 2. So by April 1st, and then it can be presented in April, May meeting.
Got it?
Mayor, I move that we advertise for sealed bids for the operation of the concession stand for the summer of 2025.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Aranda. All in favor, say
I
aye.
need a
second.
second.
Second,
I need a
I'm sorry,
second.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
Aye. No, that was for 4.
Right, number 10, discuss, consider, and act advertising for lifeguards and pool manager for the 2025 summer season.
Okay. Mayor and council, like I said, the 2025 summer season is coming up. I wanted to start advertising for lifeguards and pool manager. Last year, we advertised through the school and Facebook. I would like to do that again, keep it within our community. Also, I will have 4 returning lifeguards that do not need to be certified, and they've already talked to me that they are wanting to come back. So usually we try to hire at least 8 to 10 lifeguards because some of them are seniors and they work majority of the summer, but sometimes they have to leave a little bit earlier to college and stuff. So we have backups. So I would like to at least the goal is to try to get 10 lifeguards to have a rotating schedule in case anything happens, in case somebody gets sick or has to leave. But I do have 4 already returning back that have told me that they will return for the summer season.
How old do they have to be? Is there a restriction?
I believe 15. So, and like I said, we have 4 coming back that got certified last year, so their certification is good. So we'd have 6. I would need at least to try to get, if I try to 6 more. But usually
Should be on there.
we for sure always get the 8 or at least close to 8.
And I think even the rate is good the way we have it.
Yes, they are at $15. And then I've already been talking to the person from San Antonio that certified them, and he's ready to come in. We're looking at dates that would be good for them, which I am looking at. If we advertise now, that would give me 2 weeks. I would put the deadline to at least April 4th, with the first week of April, and then so I can book a training for them as soon as possible, and then get them up and ready for May. So I think that's the plan.
And the pool manager rate was the same?
Yes, the pool manager will be the same.
Okay.
No, they would be putting in an application. And for pool manager, they don't need to be certified, but it's a plus
Okay.
if they are, because
They can jump in
if anything
somebody's not
happens,
there.
yes. And I have had have asked me what is the requirements. Like I told them, you don't need to be CPR certified, but it's preferred because in case something happens, or and they will be the ones in charge of the cleaning, the rotating, and
And it doesn't hurt to also put them into those
Mhm.
certifications. So
Mhm. Yes,
we
because
can make
last
sure.
summer the pool manager would put himself in rotation. I just need a motion.
Mayor, move that we advertise for lifeguards and pool manager for the summer 2025 summer season.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Aranda for the lifeguards pool manager for the season, and second by Mr. Concepcion. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 11. Discuss, consider next on appointing an election judge for the 2025 City of David Municipal General Special Election, and setting pay for the election judge, alternate judge, and election clerks.
Okay. As you know, the election is set for May 3rd, 2025. I have found for the election judge will be Rebecca West. And it was kind of hard to find a judge that wanted to take on because, as you know, the school is also having their on the same day as ours. Last year's set pay for the election judge was $20 an hour. Alternate judge was $19 an hour, and election clerks were $17 an hour. I know we have stayed at this rate for about 2 years already. I'm not sure if council wants to go up $1 for all 3 positions or keep it the same.
I would say go up or down? What are yours? No no's. Motion, please.
Does everybody want to go up or down?
I'm
We're
good.
good with,
I'll make a motion that we, go ahead and appoint Mrs. West as the election judge for the 2025 city of Dilley Municipal General Election. And the secretary, that's setting the pay at 21 for election judge, 20 for the alternate, 19 for election clerk.
No, it would, it's 18.
21, and then 20, and then
21, 20, and what?
It'll be 21, 20, and 18.
18.
You said 19. We're-
21, 20, 20, and 19. Dollar, $12.
Motion made, 21. Motion 20, alternate 19 for the election clerk. Second?
I second.
Moving on to 12. Discuss, consider, and act on memorandum of understanding of MOU for the city of Dilley and youth empowerment services provided by Workforce Solutions, Alamo for youth workers.
Mayor and Council, this is for the program for the youth. This is the one that where they will get, where the workforce will pay them $15 an hour through them. All we do is just maintain the timesheets, and this is for when they work for 250 hours, I believe. This is the year round for, and this is only for eligible for the seniors that are have already met their, have all their credits, their credentials, that for sure are going to graduate, so they're able to work, go to school from 8 to 12, and then they can report to work from 1 to 5.
Oh, okay.
And it just to help, and they have 250 hours to complete it once they're assigned in the program.
But in the summer, their hours would be?
In the summer, it would be, if they haven't completed the 250, it would, they could work a full day. It's, they have so many, they start, I believe the way she told me is that they start during the school. Once the school starts, then that's where they can complete the 250 hours.
Do they have to qualify on income?
There are some, it's low income and other factors that are in there to qualify for the program, as what I'm aware. The other program, the MOU for the VSR, which opens up for more kids to be during the summer, and that one's only for the summer. They have not given me an MOU yet. I have already talked to out in Austin, and I'm going back and forth with, I believe his name is Mr. Sanchez, in regards to that MOU. Which is, it's a little harder to get that one, but I've already talked to the counselor of the day, which they refer as counselor of the day through the workforce in Pearsall. So now I'm talking to Mr. Sanchez and another for that program too. So I should have the MOU for that one next month. And all of this would go with Ms. Vireles will be the one in charge of recruiting the kids and accepting the applications. And then she provides us a listing of, that's how she informed me that that's what they usually do.
A listing of the students?
Yes, of how many, if we needed to, how many, if I needed, let's just say Rudy needs 5 boys, then she'd give us, okay, well, here's, I have here on for the 5 boys, if these are the ones that qualify, if you want to take them, so that way we can start doing the paperwork. And they do take a training, which, the training would be prior, before they start, which would be with Ms. Pireles and the city of Dilley, and the department heads, just to describe to them what they are going to be doing. Lot of research.
A motion that we approve the memorandum of understanding between the City of Dilley and the Youth Empowerment Services provided by the Workforce Solution Alamo for youth workers.
Yes, it's at 15. If you look at the MOU, under the maximum participating training wage is $15 per hour. So they can't go past $15. So either you can start them off at 15, or we can gradually, but that's what they told me, that it's $15. But reading on here, it says the maximum participating training wage is 15, so they can't go past.
That's on their discretion, yeah.
So we can set the price to however we want, as long as it doesn't go past 15, right?
We don't need to set the amount, that's what the Workforce Solution.
They pay that.
Yeah, it'll be dependent on what position it is, right? So the
Yes.
max is 15, but some positions may be 13 or 12.
All right, item 13, discuss, consider, and act on allowing the city of Dilley to accept donations and propose plans for the ACO department.
Omar?
Council, Mayor, Mr. Arredondo, Molly, Natasha. So y'all know what happened. We had this situation with the fire, and the community's been gathering around. We have a lot of support from locals and people outside that they would like to help with the situation. But a lot of the stuff is not only items, but it's money. So we're having conversations to see what can, as a city, what can we do to facilitate this and help not only the department, but the city as well. There's a lot of possibilities out there. The help is out there. We just have to figure it out what can be done on that aspect.
Okay, my first question is to Mr. Arredondo. That is fully insured, right?
The building is part of our properties, and it should be insured.
Fully.
So that
Should
that
be.
should
Have
be
we
covered
looked-
under our insurance?
Yes, yes, and we're getting the information to file a claim,
Okay.
depending on our deductible. We do have a deductible.
So could we make a line item, so do we make a line item for the ACO to be able to get money and for in and out purposes? No? No, it would have to be a in and out, and whatever they have
if-
comes
if,
in and it goes out, and
If he receives donate, and the reason we have this here is kind of like to not be waiting. If he receives the donation, you already approved it, and
Correct.
you know, you can the donor can restrict the donation. They can say, hey, this donation is for this specific thing, or this is for the animal control department, or this is, you know, to buy supplies. Or if they don't, you can say, well, this is for the animal control department. And then if it's for the building, if it's to replace the building, if it's to, you know, move, because we're looking at, because he needs space, we're looking at the municipal court facility right here, right across the street. But, I mean, that's just, we're brainstorming, you know, what to do, right, because he lost his space.
Right.
And,
But okay, I get that, but we would, let's say, we would do a line item for incoming and outgoing, so everything's manageable through that one, that doesn't go into the general fund. I mean, I know it would probably go into the general fund situation, but black and white.
Yeah, so we can receive it and document as,
Right.
hey, this is the donation for this purpose, okay, then. We operate a full cash, this council approved full cash.
We would, and again, what about the merchandise that he gets, because he gets dog
Yeah.
food and stuff like that, the maintaining of that, those
And
records.
that stays in the animal control department. It doesn't go anywhere else.
Right.
I don't believe we've brought dog food to the meeting to approve.
No.
No,
You
not the
receive
food.
dog food and you use it?
Yeah, every single item, which is dog food, collars, every single item, everything that is not money, it gets, Mr. Rudy and myself, we created a log. So we have a log, and every single item that it gets donated,
Down.
it's itemized, price, and it's, I don't know if you put attention on every single month of the monthly report. I itemize everything, not as a total, but as a highlight, and I put the names of the people who donated stuff and the total worth of that. Just to give you an idea, in 2024, the Animal Control Department received over $71,000 worth of items, and sadly everything was gone in the fire. But a lot of that money, a lot of high percentage of that money, it was meant to be money. But since we had this situation not
Right.
said, so the donor opt out for saying, you know what, I'm gonna buy you this, and then I put the address of, I don't receive nothing at the dog pound, nothing at the water plant or the waste plant. Everything goes through City Hall. The address is 116 East Miller, and every single shipping, so everything comes over here to the aisle, and a lot of people can see it. And then I pick it up from here. I used to take it over there now, and I get itemized. Mr. Rudy has a copy of the log by year. We started, I believe, 22, Mr. Rudy? 22, 23, 24, and we already started, even though after the fire, I had already started a log, so, and for now it's on paper till we start getting things together, but everything is itemized, so everything is, not everything is like, okay, I'll receive something and just stay there. No, so the city has access to this file. My supervisor does it. He has it on his computer, so any questions, I mean, you can just ask for the copy and you can log in and see everything that's been given. I carry a log on my phone as well. So on that matter, the items. So we just need to figure it out on the money part.
So just so everybody knows, the reason this was requested to be on the agenda was so that there was direction and communication as to if anybody in the community wanted to donate for the ACO department, then if we were approached as city council or as mayor, you knew where to report, send them to, which is City of Dilley, of course, office. But of course, where can he accept monetary donations? And if he does, where will that money be, deposited and all that? So that's the main reason why we're having this conversation, so that we can set processes in place so that the ACO department can continue receiving alongside the supplies, but alongside monetary, that they've had great outpour of outreach from people who are wanting to help, like you said, not just in the community, but from surrounding areas, out of state too. And they can't bring supplies, or it costs more to ship, but they would like to send a monetary donation. So just for us to set something up so that they can send it to the city of Dilley and where it's going to be recorded. That way we can all have transparency of what the process is.
Mayor, Council, I was going to touch on that as well. I was talking to Omar, and it seems to be some people hesitate sending in monetary donations just because of that fact. They don't know where that money's going to end up. I did talk to Mr. A, and I think Mr. A said we would kind of keep a ledger on it, and it would be readily available to Omar. But those were some of his concerns on the monetary donations. Would they roll over at the end of the fiscal year? Would they go into general fund? That's what he was trying to get some more clarification on that. And then I do have a computer for you. It's a brand new computer. We're going to give it to you, your department, that way you can utilize. Yes, sir. Those were the concerns that I got from him while we spoke on that issue. So, yes, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay, so we're here to not necessarily allow the acceptance of cash donations. You're here because you want to designate 100% of that donation to ACO. Right?
Well,
That's
No,
what you're
we're
saying?
here
No,
to
we're here
approve.
to approve accepting the donations.
But couldn't we always approve donations?
There was
I mean,
never-
you could get a donation from, let's say, an organization that,
Because we're taking donations all the time. We take them for Easter baskets, we take them for meals,
Yeah,
we
but
take
that
them for
doesn't-
everything. So
yeah, but
why
it's-
would this
it's
be any
not-
different?
So it's not automatic. You know, let's say that, let's not talk about animal control. Let's say a different organization
Uh-huh.
that you do not approve donated money to you, but you don't want to receive it. I don't know that, right? So that's why we're here. If the city gets donations for animal control,
Uh-huh.
that you're authorizing me to accept those.
Yes.
If
Uh-huh.
you do that, then I will instruct staff to go deposit the check, or, I mean, somebody could bring $5 and, hey,
Mhm.
okay, deposit. You've already approved for me to accept that, and I will go and do that. And then, to open up the discussion, if, you know, let's say that in total we received $10,000 in donations, you know, what are those proposed plans? If you had any, you can kind of give me a little direction. We'll deposit the donation, and we already know what specific purpose you want me to do with that money.
I mean,
I think if it comes down to that, I think if the money comes in, we don't have to make that decision. I think that we're between, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't think that we would have to make the decision. I think that's between you and Omar. I think Omar and you need to sit down and say, look, Omar, I got this amount of money right now donated. I'm gonna put it on, let's say 5221 or whatever, you know, that account. That's gonna be his account. So he comes in and says, I can, he's gonna know, because he's gonna keep record of it. But he comes over here and keeps record of it, and then he comes and says, I got $20,000 in this account. And you're gonna have to show him he's got $20,000 in the account. And that's what I'm saying, and in and out. That money will only be spent for ACO, not for general fund, for ACO only. And that's what I'm trying to say, so it would be in and out situation. So-
Because it's different scenarios. Let's say somebody donates $10,000, but they say it's specifically to replace the shelter that he
Right,
lost. So then,
Well, I think that's y'all's decision.
if we accept it,
Mm-hmm.
as like that, then we have to do what the donor wanted us to do.
Right.
The way
And
we have
that's
it
the
printed
purpose.
here on the item 13, discuss, consider, and act on allowing the city of Dilley to accept donations and purpose plans for the ACO fund, and there it is. I mean, we talked about it already.
so, I mean, I'm confused because the insurance is gonna replace this cost. So let's say someone donates $50,000 to replace the facility. So we're gonna take the insurance money and just keep it under general fund and use his $50,000 to replace the building? You know?
That's what those donations, what he wants
So,
to do with it.
so the insurance may not cover all the costs.
Right.
Right?
And
So
probably
you
won't.
may not have market value, you have replacement costs. And so
Yeah.
there was depreciation, it's going to always cost you more to rebuild or rebuy. And so they're going to pay you that percentage minus your deductible And so, and then all the personal property inside, like he said, he has a computer that he can transfer over to his department so he can use it. There's going to be unexpected costs that need to be covered. Basically, what this is to say the city is willing to accept donations from the public, and they can be dedicated to this department for purposes of rebuilding. And then, yes, it's administered under the budget as you normally would any other improvements, purchasing. It has to follow the same guidelines.
I mean, I don't have any issue with that money going directly to animal control. I mean, if that's what it's for, let's use it. But however, regardless, at the end of the day, anything he needs for that department, we're gonna get for him regardless. So, I mean, I don't understand why we even need this item, because we're still gonna provide for whatever he needs.
Right. But at this time, there was no direction as to what, how, and what he could receive monetary-wise. So just so that we're all understanding and know, and he can move forward, we can move forward.
I think
And-
the only, yeah, oh, go ahead.
And we don't have, I mean, we have to wait for the insurance too, but how long
Yeah.
is that gonna be? We already have a full house, like he stated, there with the animals, and so we need to, you know, and it might be, not all the donations are gonna cover, a place for him, but we can start getting that, and again, to answer your question, if once insurance money comes in, it can offset the cost, or we use this money with the donors, and then put that money back into that, you know, fund or whatever. So it's just getting processes in place, what he can and cannot do, what he's allowed to do and what he can't do. That way he's able to communicate with the community or anybody who reaches out to him, and then we know, and then how we can move forward with, you know, what happened, the loss of the building
I
and
think
all
the
his
most important
donations.
thing is, and from what I've seen, is people want to make donations, they want to cash up, they want to, you know, that we don't do. It has to come straight into City Hall,
That's
and as long
different.
as that's done, there's no question. I mean, we're all, I mean, everyone's in favor of it.
Yes.
Whatever money comes in, let's use it for your department. I mean, we're good.
And I just have one more thing. A gentleman from Corpus Christi area reached out to me this past Friday that he's willing to donate a 10 by 60 stormwater building.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be a possibility. We just need to, I've been making phone calls all day today on the cost of the moving and all that stuff. I haven't got no quotes, but it's something that it could be used with those kind of donations. And if the council is on board, the city of Dilley, we have help here that is willing to help as well on that situation. Maybe not 100%, but a percentage of it, and the rest from the groups that they're gathering together to give donations, but that could be a good start. I mean, I know about the building and the testing and all that stuff, but that could be another way to fix this problem. It's a 10 by 60 building that is completely free, the cost of the building. And I understand that there's the traveling and moving and everything else has to be, the money has to come up from somewhere. But at least the amount of that building is at zero right now. So it could be a start.
Okay. You're doing great.
I try, ma'am.
And since we're talking about like the future plans, Ms. Tammy, can you tell us a little bit more of what you can bring for the ACO department? No, for his department in regards to the type of work that you're wanting to.
Well, it's some of the things we do with other shelters. We supply, we go in and we ask them, what do you need? Like the Brady shelter, they wanted tubs, shelves, and vaccines, dewormers, syringes. So we did. They had, you know, stuff like that. I guess, is that answering your question? And then as far as, yeah, do you get vaccines? I can't remember. Does the city buy them?
Some, yes.
Some, okay. So that would be something that we do. And then when he was talking about this building, there are a lot of people that are talking about the Dilley situation right now. So now would be a good time to say, hey, there's this building, or hey, you want to buy a building, or talk to some of the businesses in the whole state. Somebody's got to have a building somewhere they could chip in. I don't know about the insurance, could take 6 months. I don't know enough about that, but he has no place to operate. So I don't know. So our main thing is the shelter support, and spay neuter for free for low-income folks. So when we first came here in 2015 and we went to Kerrville, we took a lot of heat. The shelter was taking a lot of heat, but I said, it's okay. We're good. We're not new. We've been doing it out in California. So I don't know how your community is. I don't know if they go, oh, the dog catcher, or are they supportive? I don't know enough about Dilley. What do you think?
No, they're supportive.
Oh, that's good then. Then that's, see, I think you are a lot more ahead than a lot of the counties we've worked with. Kerrville was horrible. The shelter was great for the most part, but when we first went there, we said we wanted to do a spay-neuter program, and they said, we're not interested. So I said, who's your boss? And they said, he's not interested either. I said, who's his boss? He said, commissioner. I went straight over to the commissioner's office and got an appointment, and then we got into that shelter. We started buying them vaccines, and we started our spay-neuter program, and we've probably done 4 or 5. How many clinics do you think we've done in Kerrville? 5, probably. So they have to qualify. They have to be low income, but it's great. Who lowers your pet population? Most people can't afford, even hardworking folks that have a good income can't afford a spay, $300, $400, $500, right, or more. So hopefully that answers your question. I left some business cards with him, so you can reach us or whatever you guys want to do, we'll do it pretty much. So anyway, thanks.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for Omar?
Any questions, council, mayor?
No questions?
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for coming. Okay. We need a motion. Motion, please.
A motion that we approve for the city of Dilley to accept donations for the ACO department.
I'll second. Motion made by Inocencio for the city of Dilley to accept donations and purpose plans for the ACO department. Second by Imelda Rodriguez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Moving on to item 14, discuss, consider, and act on interlocal agreement between Frio County, FCSO, LaSalle County, LCSO, Atascosa County, ASCO, Camino Real Mental Health Services, and the jurisdictional law enforcement agency located therein.
So, Mayor, Council, this item was sent to me by Frio County Sheriff's Office. So basically what they've done, to my understanding, is they've contracted with Camino Real to provide some mental health deputies that will be readily available to assist us on any crisis that we may have out here. This just outlines some of the guides and services from them. It breaks it down to where, hey, they might not always be 100% available to us, kind of not take advantage of the situation, stuff like that between agencies. I think it's good that we have certified mental health officers. We go through some of that training, but they go a little bit further. They extend their training on that, and they get certified in that aspect. It'll be a great help to the community to have them officers available.
Okay. Council?
What agency is providing this training to the officers? Do you know?
What was that?
Is it Camino Real?
Yes, Camino Real and the Frio County Department have partnered up. And to my understanding, these deputies have to be licensed mental health services officers in order to be able to be eligible for that program. So what this also helps, I do want to touch on that, it helps with, let's say we get a person in some crisis and the deputy is available, then they would come in and help transport the person to where they need to go. So it would alleviate that from us, from having to take one of our officers to take them to San Antonio or another place to where they need to get some services for their crisis.
May I move that we enter into an interlocal agreement between Frio County, LaSalle County, Atascosa County, and Camino Real Community Mental Health Services and the jurisdictional law enforcement agencies located therein.
Motion made by Mr. Aranda. Also stated, and second by Imelda Rodriguez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. 15, discuss, consider, and act on City of Dilley Park improvements. A, park lighting. B, trash receptacles. And C, walking trail.
Mayor and Council, Rudy Olivares has been collecting information on this in regards to bids to discuss. Go ahead, Rudy.
You should have this in front of you, the Fawn Roach.
Yes.
I
Thank
had,
you for coming.
We had asked for some quotes, and these are to improve lighting at the back park and at the main park over here in the Main Street.
Okay.
And these are solar-powered lighting. I had asked them to give me a quote on the installation, but as you can see, it's kind of expensive for them to install these lights. So it's like $28.12 each fixture. They're recommending 27 lights. They looked at our parks and recommend 27, the way they plot them, you know. So those are the numbers in front of us.
I did talk to Lisa, the vendor for this company today. We talked about the installation because the installation is another $76,000. She's saying that it's very doable that our city employees can do this. What it takes is an auger. You dig your hole 4 feet. You install your concrete. We might need a bucket truck or some, to pick up the light pole.
And we have that.
I mean,
We
I
have
think
a
we
man
can do
there.
it. And she told me, it's like, your public employees
Yeah.
can do the work.
So we can save that money. We do them ourselves, so. And all it is just dig a hole, put the pipe in, put concrete, yeah.
Yeah. Even if we hire someone locally, we could still get that cheaper than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Then
To
what
do the
they
work.
have.
we can get it way cheaper.
Yeah.
Where are they coming from?
Forest Hill?
Forest Hill, Texas. It's in the top.
It's that we
Well,
have a lot of
Dallas, right?
dark
That's-
areas at the park.
That's one of their headquarters, but they have offices all over the United States.
Yeah.
Lisa's based, Lori's based out of San Antonio. She's just a vendor. But where Inenda and I saw these lights was at TML. They were a vendor at TML.
They're real nice.
Yeah, but they're nice.
And these will be solar. We won't be spending, electricity on them or anything
Right.
like that, so. We have a lot of real dark areas at the park.
And even now, you can drive by tonight at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. There's people
Yeah.
walking on our walking trail.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
So you need about 19 of them?
Well,
The 19 is for the
That's
back
for-
park.
Yeah.
The 8 is for Main Street.
main park. I don't know, how do we,
And this is the only quote we got for that.
I got a second one that's attached.
To
But
this
I
one, to the
recommend
first-
these. I mean, we looked at the specs and
quality,
stuff.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Tosh, I don't know how we take action, a yay or nay on these by item one or,
Each one.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 motions.
And the buy board, we're members, so it's already been bidded out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're using, for these items we're discussing, what fund would this be out of?
This is gonna be from the,
Hot funds?
Okay. And currently, what is our budget on there? Or,
Well, we wouldn't have a budget for this, we'd have to come back with a
well, what is
budget.
our amount in our,
The last time I checked, it was like 500,000 plus.
The money's there, why not?
I mean, it's gonna be promoting our parks. It's for the citizens. I mean, it qualifies for the hot fund.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh, yes, I just like numbers. I like to know what we have and, because what if we can agree to do, everything, so.
The
We gotta be
20,
conservative too as well.
the 27 lights would come out to like 94,000, right? 94, 95,000?
Yep.
And what I also want to make sure that if we agree to purchase this, that we also have a plan in place, because we purchased items in the past, and they've sat around for some time before it got installed, so.
We're ready.
We have the money, but,
The challenge is with, because 1 week out of the month, our Public Works is tied up in doing utility billing, reading
Right.
meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Well,
But if we
and
can
the other
find
thing
a
is,
local, it'd be a
they
lot
don't-
cheaper.
They don't have these already stocked, they have to make them, so it takes her, I think she told me 6 to 8 weeks to produce these, so hopefully
have a
by
good lead
4th
time
of
to
July.
know.
Yeah. Summer.
They're great, you need it. How far
Motion.
apart are they gonna be? Where exactly do you know you're gonna put them?
The proposal from last month had the main park. The engineer did the proposal, and you could see the lights. I sent it to you by text. You could actually see where the lights were.
They made like an aerial of the
Yeah.
bottom of, where they recommend.
I don't remember seeing it that way. So what's it gonna be under?
I don't even know, but
Exactly.
But I mean, that was just their recommendation, but once we get them, the city employees can determine where they're best at.
Yeah. So there won't be any trenching, they just make the hole, put concrete, all.
Well,
Yeah.
again, you go back and think about it,
But
then
we
we've
can
got,
choose the areas,
then we've got these kids that are gonna come in and they can sit there and they can, I'm assuming.
Like
they
here at the
can
main
afford-
park, especially the north side of the park.
Mhm.
it's dark.
That's super dark right
Where
there.
the shooting happened
Yeah.
years ago, we got all that area really dark. That's what I want, light up some of that.
Alicia, the kids are at the park in the dark. At 12 o'clock at night, drive by there, they're playing basketball.
I'm gonna sleep at 12 o'clock.
Well, I'm just saying, whether the park is lit or dark, there's kids there.
Still
That's a
playing.
parent's
Yeah,
responsibility.
there's people even
Keep 'em in
walking,
the house
so,
and
I mean, I think overall, the community would benefit because the kids
Especially
could
the
enjoy the
kids.
park. Now we have the restrooms.
Yes.
With summer coming up, there's a lot of people that hang out at the park in the evenings.
Relax.
Okay. Next, trash cans? Or you wanna talk each one and then make a motion? Okay.
Okay, you can give me a motion for A.
Mayor, I move that we approve the purchase of the 27 lights from is it Fon Roach?
Fun.
Fon Roach?
Fon
For
Roach.
the downtown park and the back park.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Aranda for the parking lights, 27 lights. Second by Inelda Rodriguez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next item is the trash receptacles. Like a nicer looking fixture,
Yeah, we need them.
so.
Very much.
How much were those trash cans, Rudy?
Or, I got two submittals. They're kind of close.
Are the
There you go.
Craftsman the same as the American?
Now what?
Do they look the same?
Yeah. Nomás que one of them's in black, pero
Okay.
I mean, the color, you can
They're the
choose any
same,
color you
so-
want.
Same, material.
So
They're
can you
800
pick,
and something each.
if we were to purchase these, can you select the color of the trash cans? Okay.
Yeah. If y'all decide the color, I mean, I can order on that color. Through American, it's 856. Through Craftsman, it's 758. Yes, 68. It's a little cheaper in Craftsman.
Well, not really. American is
And I had asked them for 20 of these. Kind of over there and some over here, you know. So, and the color, plus we can choose any color.
Because, I mean, we could even put some down, like the main road, and on the front of the PD, in front of,
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
yeah.
Yep.
They'll look real nice.
Eliminates the dogs and all that.
Well, I had recommended the in-ground installation, which is a whole concrete
Put 'em in
mill.
there?
So you know the wind won't blow them
Yeah.
and all that, but, and you lift up that lid and inside that container, there's a regular trash can with a bag in it. So you lift it up, take the bag out and replace it.
But these are weighted to where
Yeah.
they're not gonna blow out
No.
every week, like at the
No.
park over here on Saturday mornings, the trash
Yeah.
cans are all over.
We
the
have those
place.
big barrels and they keep, blowing out.
Yeah, okay.
It'll make the park look nicer if we have nicer trash cans. I mean, they're trash cans, pero se mira nicer with
Yes.
this style.
Instead of those balloon plastic.
Okay. Let me have it in a motion, please. We need to move on.
So, Rudy, which one would you recommend, the American or the Craftsman?
Well, they're kind of close, pero
It's close, yeah, either way.
Make a recommendation, Rudy.
Craftsman,
Why Craftsman? Not the Craftsman.
Why?
They're both on buy board, right, Rudy?
yeah, they're both buy board vendors.
And
Yeah,
then,
no. He goes to buy board.
What color would y'all like them?
blue.
I'm fast. That's the only color.
Or just buy a spray can and paint them? Pero they have the basic colors,
Which is red, yellow.
black.
and the Craftsman gives you the amounts, right? That's why they're higher. Well, not gives you, but it comes with the amounts.
Well, I don't
What, blue? That's what we decided?
know.
I mean,
I hope it's maroon
Well, you
or
can't get
something.
maroon, because they don't have maroon.
And red is the closest to maroon.
I think they don't all have to be a same color, I mean, that's,
You can get half of them one
Half of
color,
them one
half of them
color,
the other
half the other
color,
color.
and kind of mix them
Well,
around.
see what they tell you.
yeah.
See what they tell you. If they
You
say they
can
have to
choose
be all
the
the same
colors.
color, then we let you make
Make
the
it look
decision.
fun.
You choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of the day, I don't care the color, I just think we need adequate trash
The-
cans that
They'll make
are,
the park pop out.
Presentation.
yeah.
The presentation.
Bueno.
Okay.
Going
Now you're
on,
gonna walking trail.
Part C,
Hold on, we're
walking
still on
trail.
Oh, we need a
What
motion.
are we doing with it?
I motion that we approve
Oh, I'm sorry.
the
The trash receptacles.
quotes from Craftsman to purchase the trash receptacles in the amount of $19,251.25.
Motion made by Inocencio
I second, Mayor.
and by
No, the
Stated.
third item is,
Second by Aranda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
the third item is the walking trail.
Yes.
I made a couple of calls to several contractors, but this one responded back. These guys are local people, they're from Jordanton. They did a lot of work for the Mosleys. I don't know if y'all know where Mr. Mosley lives. They did their own little private walking trail over
I
there.
like that.
And they do the little private road, whatever section is theirs.
Yeah.
It looks good,
Looks really nice.
real nice. I took Henry to go
Here
see
by
it.
by the Civic Center?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
You can see it from the street.
Really?
And what we're gonna do here is use our existing one as a base, and we're gonna overlay it, about 2 inches with, and they recommend hot mix, and this is based on that hot mix. So it should last a lot longer. What I wanted to do there is, I told them to skip the driveway area where they drive in the parking lot. Because I plan to get a quote for, I make those concrete, I think that they won't mess with the walking trail when they drive in there.
And using the existing as a base, I know you said it would give like the extra support, but how does that work with the like, it's already dented in and all that, so.
Yeah.
But it'll.
And even they recommended that.
And they give us support and all that.
Oh, because it's gonna be 2-inch thick.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Because of thickness, okay.
On those entrances, Rudy, I think, I would recommend that y'all assess the park and.
I want to do the
to-
parking
to-
lots too.
To determine
Where?
which of those entrances are needed, because right now, if I want to, I can go in there, drive in, drive through the park, drive all the way back, because there's a lot of access to vehicles that we don't have to have those access open.
Yeah.
We gotta block those.
Yeah. What I recommend for the future on that, como ya tenemos, we have sidewalks now. We need to get one of
Another
those
thing
little mules for the
Another-
guys to get around in there, because the pickups,
Right.
Yeah, that's what.
they'll start breaking the concrete, you know.
We gotta figure out a way on
Sidewalks
how
and all that.
to block access to vehicles, because even our public works employees,
Yeah.
they drive on that road. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not on the trail, it's not a road.
It's a sidewalk.
We have to block access to vehicles.
And we got extra bridge poles that we got donated from TxDOT. We got them piled up in there, and those can be set in there so they can't drive in there.
Yeah.
But if we can get a mule further down the budget or whatever, so they can get around in there.
Yeah.
Because once we get these trash cans, they're gonna need access to, you
Yeah.
know, clean them out and all that, so. And we don't want our big trucks in there, you know, so,
This is the quote for the whole trail?
yeah. But, well, digo, that's an awesome quote.
That's not even half of what we were anticipating. That's really good.
That's a real good quote. And if you guys wanna see, drive by the Mosley, you can see the little trail they did inside their property. Hombre, it looks nice.
whole Rocky Tunnel, like.
Yeah, the whole route, right under a mile long.
Okay, that's good.
And we haven't touched that in a long time. So. But eventually I'm gonna get a quote for the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a separate quote for the parking areas, porque we have a brand new slab there that was built with a handicap,
Yeah.
pero el asphalt, hombre. We need a good, nice,
And when the wind blows, all that dirt goes into the.
goes into the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might be a good thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
When can they do this, Rudy? When can they do this work?
Tomorrow?
No, it'd be good
It'll
to.
probably be next week, I would
This
guess.
is-
Yeah, as soon as they can put the lights.
This is something that's really needed for.
Depending on what.
I did rent
Well, yeah, that's all.
we already did I rented a little sweeper. We swept it all. We just need to apply some weed killer and kill everything on there. That way it's easier for them. Yeah, so.
Sounds
Wow.
good.
That's good.
Moving along.
Motion?
May I move that we approve the proposal to resurface the walking trail? This is to Kenneth Everett in the amount of $34,791.
Motion made by
I'll second.
Brady, second by Urenda, as stated. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving on to 16, executive session called pursuant to the Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, Subchapter D, Sections 551.071, consultations with attorney to discuss and consider the following items. A, discuss, consider, and act on appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline or dismissal of a public officer or employee. City Administrator Henry Arredondo, annual evaluation. What time is it? Close. Open session into executive, 8:17.
There's what the, and I just got here, so that's why my, lack of decorum here, so I don't usually come as short as that.
You know we're gonna take a picture.
It is at 9:18 PM, back into open session from executive. Take action on item discussed in executive session. A, action regarding appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee. City Administrator Henry Arredondo, annual evaluation. May I have a motion?
Mayor, move that we table the item.
Table the item, Mr. Aranda. Second?
I second.
Second, Ms. Machado. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Guys, we need to take
Number
up
18, Mayor.
18, motion for adjournment, please.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Ms. Machado, second. Second for adjournment?
Second, Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Aranda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Natasha, for next week, we have rooms Wednesday and Thursday night.